Hello, my lovely stars. Welcome to Pimlico Tarot and Astrology, the channel where I do pick-a-card readings and give astrological insights on different topics. Today's reading is going to be about, think of a person from your past, anybody. It doesn't have to be romantic. Could be a friend, a family member, anybody from the past. And we're going to look at what it is that they want to tell you, but they can't. And you're going to have three options for this. You're going to have pile number 1, which is the forest green acrylic paint. Pile number 2, which is the white acrylic paint, and pile number 3, which is the blue. So again, pile number 1, forest green, pile number 2, which is white, and pile number 3, which is blue, like a royal blue. All right, so I'll let you meditate on your piles. And with that, we're going to move on to pile number 1. My pile number 1, what is it that this person from your past wants to tell you? What does this person want to tell pile number 1? 6 of Swords. What is it that they want to tell pile number 1? What is it that this person wants to tell pile number 1, please? 10 of Cups. What is it that they want to tell pile number 1, please? For my pile number 1, what is it that they want to tell them? Spirit, this card wants to come out. You've got the Fool and the 6 of Wands. What is it that this person wants to tell my pile number 1, please? What do they want to tell pile number 1? Knight of Cups. What is it this person wants to tell my pile number 1, please? The 8 of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 5 of Swords. Okay, so I think what this person is trying to say, it could be a few things, so I'm just going to start naming out different scenarios, and then you could apply it to your situation. But I think this person with the 6 of Swords is either saying that they've moved on or that they think that you should move on. So this could be from anything. Let's just see. What is it that what is the 6 of Swords card about, please, Spirit? What is the 6 of Swords card about, please? Oh. The 10 of Wands. So I think it's talking about burdens with the 10 of Wands. They're wanting you to move on from burdens, or maybe they think that you're taking on too much, that you don't have to. Maybe it's something that they think that you can get help for, and that you don't have to do it alone. As you can see with the 6 of Swords, it's traditionally, there's a man and he's carrying, or he's helping a woman and her child get away from something, or move on to better pastures, as it were. And you've got the 10 of Wands, and this person's got like a lot of, it's a card of success and burden type of thing. Like they take on a lot, but then it ends up burning them out. So it could be that they think that you might be burnt out or mentally very tired with the 6 of Swords, and that you have a lot of burdens, but they want you to move away from this, or they want to come forward and help you move away from this. If this is somebody that that was in your past and you're not speaking to, they want to tell you that you really made them happy with the 10 of Cups card here. Like you're someone that they would have put up on a pedestal. It's not necessarily the healthiest thing to put someone on a pedestal, because it puts unrealistic expectations on the person, but you're still someone that they look up to, and that they would, there's a lot of qualities that you have that they admire. And they also feel as though that you were their pot of gold. You can see that there's, the cups look gold, like they look like they're gold, and then you've got the rainbow, and usually at the end of the rainbow there's a pot of gold somewhere, right? So they would consider you to be their pot of gold if you're in separation with this person. With the Fool, I think that they admire your ability to just pick up and go. Like maybe if you are the type of person that would take risks, either physically or mentally or creatively, whatever it is, they admire the fact that you're you don't necessarily, it's not that you don't care what people think, but you're a very individual person, like you're a very individualist and you're not worried about what other people think, and you're the type of person that thinks that novelty is good, that new ideas are good, that progression is good, that innovation is good, and you're not afraid to bring those things forward. They see you as quite brave and quite confident with this Fool. He's very, you can see he's got his chin up and great posture, and he's confident in the way that he's walking, that he's strutting out type of thing. They might also think that you have model looks, actually, just the way that he's walking. They do think of you as someone who is like noteworthy with the Six of Wands. They also think, like, if you might have had an argument with them, they would sort of say, like, okay, you won with the Six of Swords, like, sorry, not the Six of Swords, with the Six of Wands. They think that you're someone that, you know, would win over people. So you could be somebody that could win people over romantically with this Knight of Swords, or sorry, Knight of Cups, rather. They find you quite attractive with the Knight of Cups. They find you very charming, very physically attractive, very sexually attractive as well, if it's someone who you were romantically involved with. And if not, they just find you very attractive physically. They think that you dress nicely, that you present yourself very nicely, that you're very polite. And that if you aren't in a relationship, they hope that you would find one, or they think that they are aware of someone coming forward to you with the Knight of Cups here. And with the Eight of Pentacles, I think they see you as someone who invests a lot in anything that you're interested in. So whether that's a hobby or a friendship or the work that you have, they see you as somebody who works very hard on those rather. So, you know, you're someone, like, let's say in a friendship, you're always the one initiating phone calls or suggesting activities. If it's at work, you're always very responsible. You're somebody who arrives on time and, you know, puts your best into the work that you do have to do. With the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I sense that there could have been some kind of betrayal, or maybe some sort of situation where they felt betrayed, or where they had to betray you, or something like this. I can't really... Let's see. Can you tell us, Spirit, what the Five of Swords is about? Could you please tell us what the Five of Swords is about, please, Spirit? For my pile number 1, what is this Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck about? The Three of Wheels. So it might have been a third-party situation, and they felt betrayed by it, or they betrayed you by stepping out into a third-party situation. It might have taken them by surprise, because you can see he looks like he's taken aback, or like something's surprising him, or maybe it surprised you. You were shocked to hear about it. And if that's the case, they want to apologize for that, because again, you did mean quite a lot to them with the Ten of Cups here. And if they were to have you back, they would feel on top of the world with the Six of Wands here. So yeah, I would say that if this isn't a romantic situation, it could have been like a work situation. Maybe it's something where, because with the Three of Wheels, it's something about teamwork. So maybe it's someone that might have you, it's a coworker of yours, and they betrayed you somehow. Like maybe they took credit for some work that you did. And then it might have come out later that that's what they did, because other people might have noticed this and reported it as well. So they're feeling sorry about that, and they want to apologize. Because they do see you as someone who's quite successful and someone who is hardworking. So they're just realizing that's not quite fair. And in a friendship, it might be a situation where you were best friends with someone, and then someone new came into or in between your relationship together, and then maybe started just spreading rumors about you, or just telling them things like reasons why you shouldn't be friends with, why they shouldn't be friends with you, and I don't know, maybe it caused a rift. So again, they're just they're looking back on that, and they want to apologize for that. And if they're not wanting to apologize, it's something where they just hope that you're happy, and that they hope that you've moved on, and that you're not too burdened in life. And they're hoping that you're getting a fresh start in all of your affairs. Essentially, they wish you well, is what I would say with this pile. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you, my pile number 1. Thank you for being here, and do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like, you can pick another pile, or you can check out the rest of the videos on my channel, and I will see you soon. Goodbye, pile number 1. Hi, pile number 2. So those of you that chose the white acrylic paint, we're going to be taking a look at the person from your past, the person you picked. It could have been a romantic connection, work connection, friend connection, family, what it is that they want to say to you, but they can't for whatever reason. So for my pile number 2, what is it that this person wants to say to them? Oops, we've got the Lovers and the Moon together. What is it that this person wants to tell my pile number 2? This one, the Five of Wands. What is it they want to tell my pile number 2, please? What does this person want to tell my pile number 1? Or sorry, pile number 2 rather. Three of Pentacles. For my pile number 2, what does this person want to say to them, please? The High Priestess. For my pile number 2, what is it that they want to tell them about? Ooh. So you got, oops, the Emperor and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so I think that just one moment. I think that this could be a romantic situation, but it could also be a work situation here with the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. But if it's not, basically this is someone that feels like you were a very fated person in their life, because they feel like they were meant to meet you, because you've got 4 major arcana here. You've got the Lovers, the Moon, the High Priestess, the Emperor. And then the minor arcana you've got is the Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. If it's a love situation, it could be that there's something that they weren't telling you about with the Moon and the High Priestess. Those are both very sort of like secret cards. It could be that they had a lot of secrets, or they were keeping something secret from you. Something you didn't know about, and they want to tell you about it, but maybe they feel like they shouldn't, or they couldn't, or what have you. They want to tell you that they might have been a little bit heavy-handed, and they're not necessarily proud of it, but that's just sort of maybe how their personality is. This is the Emperor is like an Aries card. It's very sort of brash and authoritative, and that would echo something like the Ace of Swords. Like they're very direct, very sort of like hard-fisted, right? Like just very certain, and they see themselves as the type of person who like lays down the rules and you have to follow them type of thing. So their way of the highway, and if you don't listen to what they're saying, then they're out of there type of thing, or or that you should be punished if you're not listening to them, or something like this. So if this sounds familiar, that might be the message that they're coming through with, is that they see how they might have been this way. And it brings them great stress just to think about it. They feel very burdened at the moment with this Nine of Wands. They have a lot of projects that they're working on with the Three of Swords here, and they're very focused. But you probably come to them in dreams, or they find themselves sort of, if they are just randomly thinking of something, they're probably thinking of you with the Moon and the High Priestess card. The High Priestess card can be, if it's a romantic situation, it can be the card of the other woman. So maybe they were already in a relationship with someone, and then they met you, and then they felt as though you were their soulmate with the High Priestess and the Lovers card. And with the Moon is sort of like in romance, it's like a connection where you're sort of viscerally attracted to someone, but you're not necessarily aware of what it is. Like you can't put your finger on what it is that's attractive about them. Like, I mean, obviously, like if you're together, you probably found something attractive about them, but it's something beneath the surface, like beyond how someone looks. It's something about their essence, or maybe you just feel like you've known each other before. There's like a very instinctual, very psychic connection with the Moon card, and especially with the High Priestess. So this might have been something that scared the Emperor. because with the moon can be a little scary for people that aren't used to that type of energy. So it's something that frightened them because they weren't aware that they could feel something like that. And maybe that's why they distance themselves, because they're sort of very, like a very mundane person. They don't necessarily believe in like spirits or tarot or spirituality like that. And if they are spiritual, they're more like religious versus spiritual, very, very traditional in terms of the way that they speak. So this relationship is something that they weren't used to. And yeah, it brings them a lot of stress to think about it, or just think of the way that maybe it stresses them the way that they parted, that you guys parted together, or the way that you parted ways. At the bottom of the deck, we have the star. So they either see you as a star, or they just see you as, you know, sort of the light in their days. Like maybe their days are sort of very, very stressful. Their days are very stressful, but whenever they were with you, it's almost as if like the stress would lift from their body type of deal. Like you were very reassuring to them, very nurturing. You helped them see the good in life. You gave them hope with the star card. They felt that you were very beautiful as well. With the star card, she is quite attractive. And yeah, I think that would be, yeah. And they also think that you're very intelligent with the Ace of Swords. You're probably someone that would win a lot of arguments, because you see like the Ace of Swords has a crown here. So that would indicate, someone who's a champion, or someone who won something, or someone who's really good at something, like the king or the queen of whatever. And since it's the Ace of Swords, it's probably thoughts and communication. So they probably think that you're really good at communicating the way that you do. And yeah, but they probably wish they could communicate with you, but maybe they can't for whatever reason. Let's just ask, is there a reason why they can't communicate with pile number 2? Ooh. 3 of Swords. So they feel as though if they were to communicate with you, either it would cause you or it would cause them quite a bit of pain. So that's why they're not communicating with you. Like maybe they want to communicate with you, but they just feel like it wouldn't be a good thing. Like it would cause you quite like a lot of mental anguish, or maybe it would cause them quite a bit of mental anguish. But I get the sense that they think it would be worse for you, since it's a woman in this card. And maybe they just they think that there's too much to the situation for it to be salvaged again, because just the way that she's standing, like she's got the one sword, which would be a thought. So the one thing that she's probably focused on is this. But then even if you were to resolve this this issue, there's also these 2 ones behind her. And it just seems like it would be very complicated, and maybe something that shouldn't be explored. So maybe they just feel like it's better if they just leave you alone to move on. But again, they do think that you were very beautiful. They think that you're a very soulful person, very spiritual person. They thought that you were a soulmate with this Lover's card. Like they thought that you were divinely brought together, that it was meant to be. But yeah, there was something that they weren't telling you about. So that is what they want to tell you. Okay, so that's all I have for you, my pile number 2. I hope this resonated for you. Feel free to take a look at another pile, or maybe one of the other readings I have on my channel. And do remember to like the video. It helps me a lot. You can like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time, okay? Goodbye, my lovely star. Hi, my pal number 3. So those of you that chose the royal blue acrylic paint, this is your reading. So we're taking a look at what is it that this person you're thinking of wants to tell you. For my pal number 3, what is it their person wants to tell them? For my pal number 3, what is it their person wants to tell them? We've got the Hanged Man. Is that this way? Yeah. For my pile number 3, what is it their person wants to tell them, please? We've got the Magician and the King of Wands. For my pile number 3, what is it their person wants to tell them but can't for whatever reason? This one wanted to come out. The Knight of Swords. What is it their person wants to tell them? What is it for my pile number 3? What is it their person wants to tell them? The Knight of Wands. What is it for my pile number 3? Queen of Swords. What is it for my pile number 3? What do they want to tell them but can't? Six of Cups. Oh, and Three of Pentacles. So far, the Three of Pentacles has come up in each reading with different decks. So either I'm getting a work situation or maybe a third-party situation. But let's see what the cards say. Okay, so again, you've got the Hanged Man, the Magician, the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. From this, I'm getting that there's probably a lot of people involved in your situation. Maybe it's a situation where they want to communicate with you, but they've got all these people telling them not to for some reason. Okay, so for my pile number 3, if it is a situation where they have other people in their ear, why can't they talk to them? The Ace of Pentacles. So they don't want you talking together because there's money involved. You've also got the Queen of Pentacles because there's money involved somehow. I don't know whether you have money or you have money that's owed to you, or they feel like them talking to you would cause them to lose money, or maybe there's an offer with the Ace of Wheels that they don't want to happen. Or it could be the Ace of Wheels is sometimes an engagement ring. Maybe it's because this person is engaged to a Queen of Pentacles and that's why they don't want you to communicating, which would make sense with the Three of Pentacles. It would be like a third-party situation, so maybe not the greatest idea. This person does remember you fondly. I'm just going to cover her up here. Whoops. Okay. So, yeah, the person does remember you fondly with the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is a card of like reminiscing and sort of dreaming about the past. So you can see like there's a lot of clouds and cups, so it's a very emotional situation, and then the clouds is kind of like a dreamy thing, but you can see that she's very beautiful, and so they do think that you were a very beautiful person, and they do probably dream about you and reminisce about you quite a bit. They probably find you quite tempting. She's holding an apple here. I'll just show you here. They probably feel that you're quite tempting in terms of the way that you look or the way that you present yourself, or it could be your voice or anything really. Whatever it is that this person finds attractive about you, it's very tempting to them. And maybe that's why all these people don't want you to speaking together. Again, maybe because they're engaged or married to a Queen of Pentacles. Or maybe you yourself are a Queen of Pentacles and this person wants to propose to you, but they feel like they can't for some reason. But anyway, aside from that, I would say that this person might feel stuck. But with the Hanged Man, it's not like someone put him there. It's almost like it's suggested that he's the one who put himself there, sort of like as a way of reflecting or just like self-sacrifice. Like, it makes me think of those, those boots that you can get and they have like these hooks on the back of them, and then you turn yourself upside down and then you would hang yourself by your boots from like a pole that's sort of horizontally across a door jamb. So like you sort of hang upside down, and then it puts brings all the blood to your brain, and then it's supposed to help your brain somehow. refresh the brain, as it were. So maybe something like this. Maybe they're trying to change their viewpoint on something. So whether the situation they're in now, maybe that's what they're trying to change their mind about, or maybe thinking of you makes them change their mind about the situation that they're in. Like maybe they're thinking of all the good times that they had with you, and then they're getting married to this person, and that's not something that they necessarily want. So they may be taking a time out to really think about it before they do. With the Magician is a card of communication, and if it's in terms of a couple, it could be a reconciliation card because it promotes communication. So maybe this person was a King of Wands, so that would be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or they have that heavy in their chart. They could be associated with a Queen of Swords individual, so this would be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, and maybe she's quite cutthroat, literally, with this card. Or she might have that in her chart. So she might be very unyielding in the way that she thinks, and maybe she has some kind of influence over this King of Wands Magician individual, and she's preventing the two of you from speaking. But I think what they want to tell you, I think they want to come forward to you with these night cards. You've got the Knight of Wands and then the Knight of Swords. I think that they want to tell you that they're defending you, because the Knight of Swords is someone who sort of like rushes into things. They're not afraid of debates. They'll argue their point to the till their point is heard. But I think that they're, as you can see, there's sort of people falling away in the background. So maybe they're arguing about something, probably about you, and because they're defending you, it's sort of pushing people away from them. Or maybe that's something that this person wants. Like maybe they want these people to go away so that they can come forward towards you. If it's not a third-party situation, maybe that's something they want to do. Because if this is a friend, it's probably a situation where all these people are talking about you behind your back, and this person wants to come forward with an offer. Maybe they want to collaborate with you on like a work situation, or maybe they probably a work situation or a financial opportunity of some sort, and then he's got all these people in their ear or her ear trying to not have this happen, but this person's defending you. They want to travel with you. They want to come see you. Could be a Leo, the Leo sign. Let me just ask and see, what is it about, what do they want to tell my pile number 3, please, Spirit? What is it this person wants to tell my pile number 3, please? Okay, so you have the Two of Swords and Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me. So here you go, the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So I think either you are in this Two of Swords energy, and then as you can see, like the Wheel of Fortune goes from sort of being dark and somber, and then into into a bright sort of mind space. So I think what they want to tell you is that, like, if you are in this sort of situation where it looks like he's sort of looking for guidance or reflecting on his situation, and maybe might be going through a lot of like gloomy days, and is looking for some kind of way to reconcile the situation or way to get out of it. They're of two minds of things with the two swords. Like they're of two minds about a situation, might not know where to go or what to do, and they're trying to get some guidance from this water here. And this person wants to tell you that if you are in this type of situation, that things actually are going to get better. Like they can probably see something that you can't, and they know that like this situation isn't going to last very long. Like you're probably going to go from this to this, but then probably come springtime, like maybe maybe like later in March, like mid-March, something like that, something's going to come around, or maybe in the beginning of March, but a situation is going to change where you'll go from feeling and looking like this to being quite abundant and happy. So I think the message they're trying to give you is one of hope. Like, just don't give up. Don't worry too much. Try to, keep your head above the water, so to speak. It's fine to feel the feelings that you are feeling, but just try not to let it consume you, because eventually the situation is going to change. Because this is the Wheel of Fortune, and you're going to go, it could also be like a rags to riches situation. This does look like she's sort of in rags, she's barefoot, she's, dressed all in gray, not very abundant looking. And then there's this woman, and she's all well dressed and well adorned and gold and fine fabrics and all of this. So I think it's a situation where you might be in this, but you're going to be ending up, in a very abundant, rich, wealthy situation, whether that's emotional, spiritual, material, possibly all three. And whatever it is that these people are saying about you, they are defending you. And because they're able to look at things from a different point of view with this hanged man, they see what potential there is and what value you offer to the world. And they want to tell you to keep the faith, keep the hope, just, hang on just a little bit longer, hang on with the hanged man, and things will turn out in your favor. Okay? So I do wish you well, my pile number 3. I hope this resonated for you, and you can feel free to pick another pile or else take a look at the other readings I have on my channel. Do remember to like and share, comment, and definitely subscribe, and I will see you soon. Goodbye, pile number 3.